from the people specifically.
From the people, okay, yeah. Just making sure.
What about Lorraine? She was with the people, I think, at the time, so I think it was coming off of all of them. But I don't. It was more of a general vibe. It wasn't like off of a specific person.
I mean, they are kind of religious nut jobs.
Mm.
I mean, you murdered a guy in broad daylight, and their leader covered for you and sent us on this trip. So they might be semi-shady.
Yeah. Granted, we did.
With our buddy Dro here.
Look, man, we're not all perfect, right? We've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes in our past. Okay? But, you know.
It seems as if you've made quite a dire one.
Quite a what?
A dire mistake.
Mm. No. I feel like you're prying a little bit, and I'm not too appreciative of that. I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing here.
I think it'd be best if you all just leave. I'll give you some snake on your way. How about that?
I walk towards Burrow, and I tell him that I've seen the poison in this land near the Forstorn shore, and how similar it is to the poisoned land that I saw over in Neramid as well. And we had a couple run-ins with some elementals that were a bit pissed off, it seemed, about the status of the land. And yeah, we might not be perfect in this group, but I think we are trying to do what's best for this land. So if there's something we need to know about Finn, then I think it would be useful if we work together.
Can you do a persuasion check with that roll? Or with the allies?
Oh boy. So great at that.
Well, it seems as if, as you say, from what I can tell, from what the trees are telling me, that there's a bit of blight on the land being concentrated in the southern parts of the swamp, and it's spread. People disappearing for various reasons. I believe there's a bit of magic here that is damned, let's say. It's not clear to me from speaking with them exactly what these experimentations are, but it's certainly causing a lot of death. And the trees here are soaking up the poison that these bodies are leaking into the ground. And it's corrupting a bit of them as well in the ground. Now me, not too concerned about it.
Who's doing these experiments?
Well, I've not been defending myself, friend, but not sure that any of the trees have attended a service. But the wrong religion can certainly cause a bit of trouble. Wouldn't put it past them. But I can't be certain. It's just, well, you'll find out when you go there, I'm sure. And Maureen kind of looks and just looks to us. We can't possibly listen to this man in the woods who, first of all, almost prevented us from getting here at all with this illusion that he created, supposedly, as you guys have said. And his dissidence against my people, or otherwise, is quite frankly unacceptable. I think we should leave at once.
I didn't ask for your opinion.
Damn, son. Paladin being nice.
I asked him.
Get back in the wagon. I didn't say you can get out.
You can be sure that Priest Milisai is going to hit her belt. You know what? Never mind. Just get us to where we need to be. Burrow kind of looks to you all and just kind of goes, "Oh, good. Assessed fanatic is hanging out in my woods. Fantastic. Can't get away from kill spree if I try."
So look, Burrow, we're gonna get out your hair, but you know, if we gotta use this force again, can we not have the whole illusion thing happen again?
Let me help you with the path south. At least I'll clear my spell that I had.
Maybe we'll go around the forest next time.
I'd certainly suggest it.
But if you see us coming through, let's dial it back with the whole illusion stuff, if you could.
Oh, I have that stuff set up. I don't even maintain it really much these days.
Right.
Haven't had any trouble.
I turned to Fiora. I was like, "Hey, do you want to just finish this mission off, or like, what do you want to do here?" And I'm speaking to all Medborg.
We have to finish the mission off.
All right.
I'm not usually one who suggests killing several people, but well, anyway.
Okay, because I'm fine with dropping these people off at any point.
I think if I remember correctly from the map, for us to get around this forest anyway, we're going to have to pass through Finn. So, might as well give it a look on our way, even if we don't stay long.
All right, sounds good. I don't want to stay there very long anyway, so let's get a move on. Bro, it's good to meet you, man.
Hope I never see you again.
If you do, whole illusion stuff. Let's fix that.
Before we leave, can I ask him one last question?
Sure.
If he knows anything about the Poison Lake.
Poison Lake?
Yeah.
I assume you speak of the one here in Asan.
Yeah, if it still counts as Asan that far south, but yes.
Aye, it does. I traveled here once long ago, seeking out answers about a great many things, questioning my own religion. That lake is, well, it's untenable. I can sense a great deal of, well, it was an interesting energy. It's almost as if the gods didn't want anyone persevering into it for a nice swim and a bath. You touch it and, well, you end up looking like this, and he kind of pulls out his pointer finger, and it's all like necrotic and just kind of grossly like rotten to the bone. I was just a little curious. I saw something below, shining to me. I thought it was a message from my god, but I was punished for the temptation. Felt like it was something of great power that was calling to me.
Does it have any history in this land, or?
Well, I was trying to do a little bit of research in Killsbury, in the library there, as it were. It was been some time ago. From what I understand, at least since the humans have arrived, this lake was already poisoned. I wasn't able to make it to the elves and their large city and wealth of knowledge, but it seemed as if a few of them were watching over me when I visited.
The elves?
Yes. Judging. Of course, I always feel like elves are judging.
Here, here.
But I suspect that they might know more.
Yeah. Thanks, Burrow.
It's been a long time since I've spoken to anybody, and as frustrating as it was, well, perhaps I'll make my way out of here eventually.
All right, take care of yourself.
So you're gonna make
sorry for the self-reflection.
No, it's all good. But you're gonna make sure like all the illusions are gone on our way out, right? Like
No, you'll be fine. Please, sorry. I can tell that you have a bit of a temper.
well,
Likewise.
It's been a long few months. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talk about a long life, and then come back to me.
Touche. It was good. It was good meeting you, bro. Let's gonna move on.
Damn.
It's Papo.
Papo.
Likewise. And never mind. If I see you, I'll see you again.
Right.
All right.
All right. And we keep moving.
Keep it moving now.
You start moving, and Marine's pissed. Until he literally like 5 minutes in, and she just kind of, thank goodness. All the other people were just muted. Nothing really going on there. But eventually you travel for another couple hours, and you end up seeing kind of in front of you this the swamp's kind of getting a little bit more spread out around you, and it's getting a little bit more raised, so coming over the land a little bit. And there does appear to be a wooden bridge way that has like these green roofs covering it, these red wood beams on top, with just some light moss kind of covering and dropping off the sides of it. Alternatively, there appears to be a bit of a swampier, muddier path kind of towards the west.
I say we stick with the wood path.
Here, here.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys are kind of making your way over this wooden path for a while. The trees eventually are kind of changing into a variety of deciduous trees, from swamp trees, a little bit of mixture. There's some trees that are kind of dead and rotten. But you continue over the water for a while, and eventually you see what appears to be a large clearing in front of you. Kind of coming up as you take at an almost an obtuse angle, a little bit of an angle southeast, and it just opens up then into a giant clearing with several buildings. And I'll go ahead and bring you guys into the map. And you just hear Moraine go, "Oh, thank goodness we're finally here." So you should see Finn. Oh, beautiful Finn. I guess I don't have line of sight on, but anyway, go. There you are. In the swampy town of Fenn, which appears to have some the roofs are kind of like mossily covered. Much of the wooden beam supports that you're kind of seeing are kind of worn down and warping. You kind of see just a couple people walking off in the distance into a house mobily. And nobody's really greeted you as you've just entered the city. There's just a path directly through. As you look off into the distance, it appears that there's another bridge that covers the little river off to the east.
Which building do you need to go to, Maureen?
Right over there, and she points off towards the woods. There's a church in the back here.
Oh, do that. Previous building here.
We don't need any judgment. Cess will judge us all in the end. Just bring us there, and you can be off.
Can I see what the looks on the old people's faces are as we're getting closer?
Do a perception check. It just seems like they're all really just like unexpressive. Kind of disinterested.
Okay.
Some are a little bit groggy. All right, quickly, Dro.
Hey. I tell us
You
where we
mean-
go or we don't go. You don't tell me what to do.
The whole reason that you've taken us here is to bring us
That's not
to
the
Fenn.
point. That's not the point. I don't tell Quinn how to sail his boat. You don't tell me how to steer my wagon. I start moving to exactly the direction you told me to.
Just as you start moving, you notice a bell starting to ring from the church, and all these people start coming out of the houses and walking towards the church. just as you exit the bridge.
They have the same kind of vibe as the people in the wagon.
You want to do a perception check?
Yeah. Damn it. These roll. I had one good roll this whole night.
Yeah. Difficult to say. I mean, your people have just been sitting in a wagon for a while. These people are just kind of making their way over. They're not even really looking at you, so you're not able to catch any kind of vibe from them. And they make their way. Eventually, your wagon just arrives as just the last few are kind of walking into the church.
Are they humans?
They are humans. Oh, good. We're here for service. Maureen says.
Is there a priest here?
I'm sure there's a father. Or something of that matter. I'm not sure who's in charge these days. But not a matter for you. We've got our people here, and we can just unload, and you get to keep the rest of the gold that's around. As it were.
All right.
Free to gallivant off, do whatever you need.
Anyone interested in service?
I
look down at my holy symbol and I say no.
I couldn't be less interested if I tried.
The people start getting out of your carriage unless you state otherwise. And they start making their way into the church.
You want to go check out the rest of town? See if there are any shops or anything, or are we just peacing out, heading east?
How much gold was remaining in the...
We didn't use any of it.
Didn't the priest tell us we were supposed to... The rest of the gold was a donation for the church?
Maureen said we're supposed to keep it, so I'm not complaining.
Let's keep it. So it's 1,000, so we can...
Maybe a slip by Marine.
We just gave them 8 souls, so... Or 7, I guess.
A couple hundred gold apiece is enough.
Worthy trade.
All right.
An extra 200 gold.
Well, where do you go?
Hit any shops or peace out?
Ah, man.
John, what's the general feel of the town? Is it?
I was gonna use divine sense.
Okay. The general feel of the town is sleepy. Your divine sense radiates with evil from the church. And this land just seems to be kind of blighted. One thing as far as the general feel goes, that you
Love you.
might have noticed, Medborg. Actually, can you do a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Because that was her way of saying goodnight.
Cute.
Nice.
There's no children around.
No children?
No children around.
How old were the people that went into the service?
Seem to be middle aged. Anywhere from their 20s to 50s as well.
I'm gonna
I
tell
kind
the
of
guys.
point
Hey,
that out to everyone else. Anybody notice there's no runts running around?
yeah, that's weird, but I'm getting a lot of evil from this place. So the fact that there aren't kids here actually eases my concern a bit.
Now where'd they go?
At least I'm just assuming they're not hurting them. We just brought a bunch of old people here. I assume that that's just what they do. They just bring a bunch of old people here for some weird reason.
It's a bit creepy, bro.
Super creepy.
And I don't know if I want to get to the bottom of it, but I am intrigued. So it's up to you guys. I mean, I think that. Oh man, I don't know, man. I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued. But the last time I was intrigued, it was not really a good time. We met a really boring lady.
Another person that was trying to steal our souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we thinking of going around? You're saying either going around or let's go through the town. Let's do that. See if something comes up.
Go
Not
through the
stop.
town and cross the bridge across the river?
Yeah, not stop, but let's go through the town. See if something presents itself.
I'm fine with that, and then just going around and just cutting. We don't got to cut through the forest again. Let's go around the forest this time.
Yeah, there was that eastern path on the other side of the river that we were talking about. It's just a little bit longer, but
And we can use that to hit Eagle Crest Farms on the way back.
that's true. You could head toward Eagle Crest.
And the caverns after that for Grimlock or Grim, whatever his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's also cut
Grimble.
through the Larengar Forest and see if because that's it's a dead shot right through. We can make a whole lot of pit stops.
Yeah, we got a lot to do.
Okay, let's start cutting through the town. If everyone else is cool with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Walk right
As we're cutting through, can we see if there's any type of specialty shop, or does it just kind of look like a bunch of rundown houses?
Well, the first building that you come across to your right, with the green roof, seems to be like a little bit of a small market space / meat shop.
As we're passing by, can I just do a glance to see if there's anything interesting there? I'm not looking for like food and water or anything, but more like potions or weapons or books or anything like
The
that.
path you're looking to, and you can do a perception check then.
I mean, perception. Yeah, I'm just doing a perception check. See if something interesting pops up along the
No,
way.
for you, Tyler, just seems to be a food stall.
Okay.
Verkath, whether it's surprising or not surprising,
Or what
but
it is.
none of these people, there's nobody in these buildings. There's nobody at the market, nobody in the buildings.
So it's like deserted, basically.
Yeah, you look off. This is a good roll, though. You kind of look off to the left
Okay.
towards the church, though, as you kind of spy through a couple of the houses. There's like a little alley there towards the church. And you spotted some people looking at you through the windows.
What do these people look like?
Just humans.
Okay. All right. So I let hey guys, there's people in these houses peeking at us. They look like humans. I don't know if they're scared, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not that interested to find out.
All right, let's go.
Unless you want to go. Unless you want to go into the church real quick. You want to go to the church? Maybe something's going on in there.
Can I take a look at the people and see if they're like looking at us, if they're like scared or if they're just like have that?
Okay. We can go up.
It's from your carriage going through the middle of the town. You can do a perception check. As Verkath mentioned them. See how your eyes work.
Oh!
Dang building coverage.
Oh man.
Early morning. I'm over it. Let's just keep moving.
Our single digit rolls every time. Let's get out of here. It's cursed.
It's a cursed
you
town.
guys continue to go through the town, and there's like a cool kind of breeze that pushes through. It almost you almost feel a little clammy. But you make it to the bridge. Is anyone doing anything else before you cross the bridge?
I'm gonna throw some propaganda posters back.
Okay. All right.
This bridge look fine?
You start making your way over the bridge. Kind of creaking. Some of the leaves from the trees kind of rush through. And get to the edge of it. You feel the warmth of the sun on the other side of the creek. And you look back and a fog's kind of rolled in. And started to cover up the town. But just before that fog covers up the other end of the bridge, you look back and see a couple of people staring from the other side. And then they're enveloped in the fog. They turn around and walk away.
Oh boy. Alright, later, Finn.
And now you're out. Ahead of you is just some marshy lands here. I'll go ahead and mark on the map about where you guys would be kind of letting out at. Just about here. Yeah.
Nice.
And there seem to be a couple of paths. There's a path that appears to go straight to the south. You guys can kind of see that there's a little bit of a river ahead. You can see as well a path that heads to the east away from them out to the Calford Plains.
Heading east.
I say we head east. Yep.
Yeah.
We
Let's
head
go.
Let's head east and then obviously north. Oh, and then north to get back to what we're trying to get to. Yeah. Let's go.
Bio
Going
break
east.
before heading there.
What's that?
Bio break before.
Bio break.
Yep.
Or yeah, we had an encounter.
There was yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Drew was
involved.
definitely involved.
There
was
involved.
Quint was involved a little bit too.
And then I kicked you. Not a whole lot. I had to kick you out of the front of the carriage and stick you in the back because you couldn't do anything.
He essentially called Drew a Fern.
Oh, here's the thing. John was role playing you to a T. Just absolutely perfectly.
Drew reached out, so they noticed that they were kind of going in circles around the swamp. Yeah. And then they found through detect magic an illusory path that was actually down one of the creeks. And so they went down the creek. He saw something kind of moving in the water, and Drew decided that he was going to see if he could kind of put his sword into the water to see if it was actually water or if it was still just the illusion. And then he fell off the wagon. And so, yeah, so then you grab the reins, and then he was telling you to go to the back. You're like, why the fuck would I do that, essentially? Yeah, so you gave him some shit before you went back eventually to the carriage. But yeah, and then they met I think you were right for that. Then they met a Papa Burrow.
Is that the same Papo Burrow or a different Papo Burrow?
Well, no, I caught it when you said the first. Well, when you didn't. Well, no, you're right. I didn't until you said the first name. But
It's the same Papo Burrow. He's changed a little bit.
didn't he have a wife?
He did have
I
a
remember
wife.
this.
He did have a
Yeah.
wife. She was the one that
Yeah.
ran the barbecue area.
Yeah, I remember.
She likes the video. What's that? What did you say?
She likes the video.
Who likes the video?
The wedding video.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Oh.
Good.
Oh,
easy
no.
edit. Oh no, not an easy edit. Glitch. Yikes.
We're having fun in the forest.
Oh well. It's alright. I remember it. Yeah, Papa Bird has been through some shit. Yeah. Good.
No, Papa was
Papo.
was one of my favorite characters. You know, I feel like my memory has been an ongoing problem since the beginning of us playing D&D. So I don't think that I don't think there's any shock. I don't think there's any real shock here that I didn't remember who this was.
No, there wasn't.
I was so concerned 2 sessions ago that I forgot. I've done all of the above. I've showered. I've changed my clothes. I've cleaned the clothes. These are clean. No, this is the first time I put it on because this.
I think you had said last week that you were gonna show off your medals and stuff to us.
Yeah.
That's his new thing. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, I've been wearing this. I've been wearing the medal a lot recently.
Oh wow! I didn't get to see it earlier. That's fancy.
Yeah, it's real fancy.
I mean, your camera's partially frozen because your internet sucks, but it looks like it has
Yeah,
blue shit around it and it's spiky,
It is.
which is cool.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It was debatable. The last, I was telling the guys like the last mile and a half to 2 miles, my legs started to like lock up and cramp. So it was the last like mile and a half was the roughest. I didn't break my stride really until that point, and then I had to start walking most of those last like 9.3 miles.
Insane.
It was fun. It was a good run because it's right by where Gasparilla is. It's the Gasparilla 15K. So we're running on the water. It was a super nice. At least, it was a super nice run. Yeah.
The good thing it's supposed to be like 90 degrees this weekend. Yeah. Yeah.
That was-
Yeah, it was
Cool.
nice this morning.
The swing's
Oh.
crazy.
All right, are we back? We're ready to
Let's
go.
do
back.
it.
Go.
To the orphanage.
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh
No.
boy. So you have a nice rolling brook in front of you that continues to head south. And you see this massive lake off in the distance to the southeast. And this little stone bridge that you can cross over. And you make your way over, and then in front of you are just plains of just flat lands, tall grass, and there is a bit of a path here, though, still that appears to have been traveled a little bit, but barely. Like, it seems to have grown.
Yeah, any recent treks? Seem like there are other people, other caravans or anything around?
No,
Okay.
not immediately, but then you do end up hitting another road that does appear well traveled, that heads south past the Winnan River Basin and then north, direct north to Killspree.
Why didn't we take that road? I thought there wasn't a road.
Oh no, there was a.
Maureen said the forest was faster.
She did.
All right.
As the trip went along, I started to hate her more and more, and I feel like we keep going there.
She was up to some shenanigans for sure.
I hope you didn't. I hope you didn't work too hard on the Fen map. We immediately left.
Oh, I didn't. So that's okay.
Good. I'm gonna keep moving to the direction of the Eagle Crest Farms.
So you begin north on the road.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Should we take turns kind of like we did last time where some people are on, some people are off so we can get a little bit of rest?
Yeah, I'm cool to cycle.
It's a bit of a ride.
I'm gonna do most of the driving of the carriage, but whenever I need to take a break, I'll take a break.
Okay.
Who's up next on the carriage then?
No. Red Boy's next.
Who's next?
Med Boy's no. Med Boy's next.
All right.
I have a feeling he's going to do something and destroy my wagon on purpose.
And he could easily do that while you're sleeping if he's not with you.
Dude, I don't trust Quint with my wagon at all.
Okay. And Verkath is on rotation too.
No, Verkath is not on rotation either. I don't trust either of these guys. As I said before during the last session, the only people I'm going to trust this with is Medbor or Fieri.
One thing you guys do immediately notice is that now that those 8 people are out, your carriage has significantly gotten smaller inside.
I thought you were going to say gotten faster.
No,
Does it go any faster, John?
no, it's not gotten any faster. Seems to be at a steady pace. Okay, so Medbor's at the reins right now?
Yeah.
And Dro's resting?
Well, I don't know what time of day it is, but I wouldn't switch over until like I need to switch.
I would say that at this point, you guys have been traveling several days without rest, except for
okay.
leading up into the forest. So you're probably excuse me, a whole day without rest. Although, except for those who were in the carriage, light resting.
I put my hand on Medboy's shoulder and I say, "I trust you with this," and I go into the back to sleep.
Mhm.
I go to sleep while I'm.
So he goes to sleep. All right, Medbor, you're taking the reins. Then can you do an animal handling check for me?
Yeah.
Hey!
He's a natural.
A natty.
He is a natural. Killing it. Well, Dro's resting. You kind of continue on the road, Medbor, for a bit. You do notice, after a little bit of travel, you notice off in the distance another caravan kind of heading in the opposite direction. So they're heading south, you're heading north. This is flat plains, so you are able to spot them from pretty far away.
What time of day is it?
So it is early morning.
Early morning.
Early morning. You guys kind of went through the night through the swamp. And,
Okay.
it's very early. They're a few miles away yet. Further up the road, there's just a slight slope, in this kind of valley that.
But it stands to reason if I could see them, they could see us, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. I'm just going to keep going casually.
Okay.
Driving casually, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you might even be feeling a little bit uneasy by this because you have reins. There's no horses that you can see.
That I can see, yeah.
And you're kind of gliding, but you figured it out for whatever reason. You tapped in, zoned in, and eventually, after a mile and a half of travel, you guys kind of meet in the middle here, and you were getting some incredible stares from these people, and some
I just kind of
gasps.
smile and nod my head.
Heathens! You
Give me a
hear?
little wave.
Damned! Oh. And just some shudders from some of those people, those folks who pass. One lady screams and then faints. And then you see a little dirt road kind of heading off to the east.
Any signage or anything that indicates that might be Eagle Crest Farms?
No signs.
Can I see anything off to the east that indicates it might be farmland?
It is quite obviously some farmland.
Okay.
You do end up seeing off in the distance, not too far, but what appears to be like a relative divide between normal plains and some crops, it seems.
Okay. I'm going to turn off this onto this path. I turn to Quint and I say, I'm assuming this is Eagle Crest Farms. All right. I continue down the path towards Eagle Crest Farms. Or what we assume to be Eagle Crest Farms.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You had to do what you had to do. I'm picking up something off. I appreciate that. So I hop. Speed it up a little.
The wagon picks up a little bit of speed, and then you kind of notice that it starts hovering even more over the ground, and now you're about 5 feet in the air.
Hell yeah, we are.
What?
Zooming.
He's zooming.
And
Character excitement.
you're gonna have to do shoot, what kind of roll do we want to do here? What's that? What did I hear? Oh, Bale. I guess it'd still be animal handling. Let's do another animal handling check here. See how this is going. Oh no! You are thrown off by
Yeah.
your current levity, and you like pull at the reins, and then it just kind of snaps, and all of a sudden, this carriage just starts taking a nosedive right back towards the earth and just starts skidding. And then you see off in front of you just like a bunch of tall yellow golden wheat just get divided, and almost like missiles just shooting off into the distance, just like a giant, and it parts waves that goes further back, and then your carriage just slides further into the ground and then just gets dug. I need everybody to do acrobatics or athletics check. It's a saving throw, really, but it's the same kind of thing. You get the same modifier. 4. Let's go.
Am I at any disadvantage?
20! You are at disadvantage if you're sleeping.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Come on.
Oh, dual 19s. Let's go.
Oh my god. Alright,
Let's
Prakash.
go.
Damn.
Good.
I get the freaking 8.
You just take 3 bludgeoning damage. Everybody else braces themselves. Ro just comes, snaps out of his short rest. And this carriage is bungled into the ground. Quint just jumps off really. Medbor. Oh, Medbor, did you do a...
Yeah.
I don't see yours. Oh, yeah, 13. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as well. As you kind of skid into the ground. Feel a little bit of bruising. And Dro, you've just held on to the inside and braced yourself out of your sleep. But this thing is well and truly crashed into the ground.
As I wake up, I go, "What the hell happened?" And I walk outside of the carriage, and I'm like, "What, Medbor? What's going on here, man?"
Your carriage started to fly.
We know this. This thing has been hovering this whole time.
Not hover, fly.
My carriage can fly?
Apparently, didn't they tell you anything about this?
Look, man. I'm learning just alongside you guys. Oh my gosh. I go look at my wagon. I go, oh no, what did he do to you, baby? and I just start. I'm just starting looking for brakes and everything, trying to. I'm trying to look at the condition of of my wagon.
Yeah, it's in rough shape. You want to do an investigation check?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
No, I don't actually want to.
Not great with investigation.
Okay. So you're kind of checking around. Some of the wheels that were previously mended are messed up. The structure itself of the wagon seems to be in good shape, so it gives you some optimism there. The seat that you would sit on is in good shape, and as you make your way to the front, you notice that the reins are snapped and kind of torn to shreds.
I immediately call Fieri out here and I ask him, and I plead a little. I'm pleading a little bit, and I say, Fieri, I need you to fix this. Whatever it takes, man.
The reins seem limp on the ground, Fieri, as they're kind of shattered.
I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm fucking sleep here for a moment. Just look around. I'll look at the carriage and see, compared to how bad it looked in the swamp, how it's looking now. Check it out. I investigate.
Roll investigation. Yeah, it seems in much worse shape from the reins perspective, because that wasn't impacted before. The wheels are in similarly bad shape, and then the wagon itself really isn't, or the carriage itself really isn't in as bad a shape. I mean, there's like a dent here and there, but it seemed to have taken the landing okay.
Well, I don't know about the reins here, but I can at least try to do some patchwork on the wheels and the frame, just like I did in the swamp. Might take me a little while because it's pretty deep in the ground here. We might all need to work on it a bit. But
As soon as you said that, I started digging it out.
and I'll start mending, just starting with the wheels, because last time as soon as I mended up the wheels well enough, it started levitating again. I don't know if it'll do anything similar to that.
So it's kind of on its side. I'll have, eventually you guys kind of push it over. I won't do an athletics check for that. Tyler, you're using mending on the wheels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You used mending on the wheels this time, and the wheels are firmly planted into the ground and are not levitating.
I go check out the front, check out the reins, see if there's anything I can do mending wise for that.
So
It's not doing much.
yeah, so you can kind of mend some of the reins together, but they're falling limp on the ground.
I'm gonna walk over to the reins, John. I'm gonna put my hands on it, and I'm gonna use lay on hands, and I'm hoping that because it's a magical thing, that maybe my magic healing will heal it.
You lay your hand on the reins, and you lay on hands, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
No.
Are there any kind of tracks where in front of the
Perception
wagon
check.
where a horse would be, or has
Perception
the grain
check,
or anything
please.
moved? What's that?
Perception check, please. It seems as if you're recalling in the moment that you were falling off the wagon that the grains in front of you did split off like two missiles and just parted ways ahead of you. And as you look forward, there's like 20 feet of just parted grains, and it's nowhere that the carriage itself is gone.
I want to follow that to the end
Follow it to the end, and it seems as if the grains are slowly kind of closing as you get to the end.
Any tracks or anything on the ground?
Do a survival check.
Woo!
So you're noticing leading up all the way from where you started, where the carriage is at, all the way up to this point, there do appear to be some interesting imprints kind of on the ground. They're kind of jagged and almost like acting like scythes through some of the grains, but then it kind of builds its way up. And as you're kind of looking, investigating, and trying to figure out, you're putting together that perhaps whatever this creature was, it's flown away.
I turn to Dro. I say, "We're gonna need some horses."
Why? What happened?
Whatever was pulling this wagon flew away. At least that's what the tracks on the ground look like.
I yell out and I say, "Come back! I won't let him drive the wagon anymore. Come back!"
You all listen to Dro yelling for his people for the next 15 minutes, or as long as Dro lets you that.
Oh, John.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Everything you do is you. Everything that happens,
The Nat 1 did it. It wasn't me.
you can never have nice things, John.
It was Quint. He's the one that told him to pedal to the metal, man.
Oh, man.
Medmore fucking gassed it up and went. They were zooming up there.
Zoom.
Oh, we're gonna need to find. We're gonna need to find.
Listen,
horses.
you had 19 other chances for this not to happen. It just happened to be the one roll that you didn't want. You were on the precipice of having a flying carriage.
Oh man.
It's not on me. The dice make all the decisions. Anyway, so here you are with your carriage. It's mended.
Well,
Can we go inside the carriage to see whether or not it feels the same as it once did, as if it could
Yeah.
accommodate a...
You can do an Arcana check in there. Right. There you go. Yeah, it seems to retain some magical properties.
Okay.
I say we're still gonna need this wagon, so let's find some. Let's find some horses. And Dro's
Well, we're
back
coming
to
up on a
being-
farm. Hopefully, we can buy some horses.
Dro's back to being depressed. His head's down. His head's down. He's just not really happy about life right now.
What a bum.
Just thinking about how long it took us to get from place to place last time following the map,
Yeah.
did it seem as if we had traveled far enough north to be near the farms? Like, does this look like it would be...
No.
Here we go.
Probably not there. It wasn't too long into Dro's rest, only a few
Yeah.
miles.
Yeah, I bring that up with the guys that I mean, I'm happy there's farmland here. Maybe there's something good for us, but I don't know if we're quite as close to the area that we wanted as we were hoping.
Well, I say we
Maybe
follow
there-
this road until we find something. Either we ditch the carriage and walk, Or we try and find horses and come back for it. But we kind of have to do one or the other. There's no way to get the carriage to move.
Can we see if we can push the carriage? See how heavy it might feel. I mean, it's a carriage that's magical when it was floating a bit ago.
Yeah. I'd say just after fiddling around with them, I'm gonna have you rolls, but I mean, it's on wheels, so it can be pushed. It's not too dense to push.
Alright, I leave that up to you, Dro. Should we just go look for some... leave it here in the field and go look for some horses? Should we try to cover it up? Should we try to push it?
I don't know if covering it up is going to do enough, because you could just remove the cover to see what's under it. But I say the safest thing is just to find some horses as quickly as possible, and then come back and strap this thing up. I don't want to leave the wagon. I still have an attachment to the wagon.
Alright, let's go on a horse hunt.
Alright.
I'm like grabbing some of this barley or wheat or whatever it is.
Okay.
Weapon stowed so I look as non-threatening as possible. I'm just walking down the path.
Walking down the dusty trail, eh? Alright.
I'm joining them, but I gotta head out.
Alright, buddy.
All right,
See you
catch you guys next week. Yep.
Hey, man.
Deuces.
Okay. Well, you guys start just walking for a while. You see a lot of plains, you see a lot of grains.
Try to do some whistling while we're walking.
Okay. You want to do a performance check?
Sure. I'm not real good at it.
You got some bad whistling accompanying you as you're going along.
You're welcome.
Practice makes perfect. And eventually in the distance you see what appears to be like a farmhouse and a windmill.
How big of a farm?
Not too big. Maybe enough for a single family.
Is there a barn?
There is a barn.
I would like to approach the farmhouse.
You start making your way there, and you see a couple of kids just kind of run across the trail, and then they stop in their tracks, and they look at you all, and this little girl just like stares at you slowly, and the boy's kind of shivering a little bit, and she's, are you here to see Papa?
I kind of crouch down. And I say, yes, little ones. Does Papa happen to have any horses?
We have cattle.
Nice.
And a horse. We have one.
And a horse. Could you take me to your Papa?
Sure. What's your name?
My name is Medbor. And yours?
Oh. Annabelle. This is Jack.
Well met, Annabelle and Jack.
Jack kind of waves real quick and then just turns around.
I follow the kids.
Annabelle starts kind of frolicking in front of you guys, and Jack's just running as fast as he can. He looks a little bit younger. You guys kind of make your way, and you follow them for a while. Eventually, you're arriving towards the farm, and you see a woman kind of call out real quick and yell at the children to run in. And a man walks out on an older man with a wooden cane. Kind of walks out, hobbles his way towards you, and well, met everyone. Kids, Annabelle, Jack, inside, please. How can we help you today?
We were traveling north, and we had a little bit of an accident with our carriage and lost our steeds. You wouldn't happen to know anywhere we could purchase some replacements nearby, would you?
Well, not usually in the market for selling steeds, but I have a few oxen that I might be able to offer you.
Auction would work if you'd be willing to part with them.
Yes. How many do you need for your caravan? How many of there are you?
2 should be enough.
Oh,
There's 5 of us.
all right. You all look a bit weary. Do you need to rest in our guest house as well?
I turn to the rest of the group and I say, what do you think? Let Dro sweat it out for a night while we rest here?
I would like to sleep. I am tired.
I would. What time of day is it, John?
By the time you arrived and walked there, it's like early afternoon.
I don't mind resting here for the night, but I'm gonna take the oxen to get the wagon and haul it over here.
Well,
How much for him?
how about you pay me when you get back if your friends are here?
Do we not all go there together?
Oh, you said you were going to take the oxen back and bring the carriage back here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll take me to the oxen now, and I'll be back.
That'd be. Is the old guy taking him there, or
No, he's gonna take him to the oxen. But
he's just gonna take him to the oxen? He might need some help, so I'll just in case. I don't want these oxen.
Rakoth offers up
Yeah.
a little bit of assistance.
I don't know if it's a
Yeah, I'll
good
go
idea
with-
if me and him are going alone.
I'll go with them as well.
I go up to the first one and I just start to pet its head and its nose, friend it a little bit.
Yeah, you can do an animal handling check.
Can I help him with that?
Sure.
Making sure he's right.
Come on.
Yeah, let's give him advantage.
Jesus.
Wait, I have what?
Do another one.
Okay, I got advantage.
You're getting some help from a friend.
No! Don't put your hand like that. I said not like that.
The oxen like kicks out and knocks its head into yours. You're gonna take 1 bludgeoning damage as he knocks you back. You know, perhaps I can have my eldest go with you all.
Yeah. Today's not my day.
Come on, Jack.
That might be a good idea.
No, it won't be Jack. That's a little one. I'll be right back. And he walks away for a minute as you guys kind of hang with the ox, and he returns with this older teenage boy. Says, this here's Ronan. He'll take care of you. Ronan, just help them get the ox into their carriage and bring it back here. All right, Pops. So he goes and wrangles them up for you real quick and just starts leading them down the road with you.
Are these humans?
These are humans. Yep. All right. So you guys kind of begin your walk with the cattle, and back at the house, the mother kind of walks up and she says, "Right this way. I'll take you to the house. We can bring you dinner here tonight too. Okay?"
That would be much appreciated.
Great. Where are you all coming from, by the way? We don't get too many visitors, as we don't have a marked market here or anything like that.
Well, we had arrived in this part of Aeson by way of Port Killspree, but we are on our way to Eagle Crest Farms.
Eagle Crest. What do you want to do with the orphanage there? Are you adopting?
The member of our group who is taking the oxen back has business there.
See, what kind of business are you into? What's he into?
It's some kind of investigation.
Investigation into an orphanage.
Yes, apparently there was a similar orphanage in the land that we hail from that had some issues. I'm telling this right, bro, Dro?
Joe's not there. It's just Quint, you,
Yeah.
and that's it. You and Quint are the other ones that decided to stay because Verkath offered up to go as well. So
Oh, Fiery's not with us?
nope, I believe so. Unless I think Fury said he wasn't having Verkath and Drogo together.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's just you and Quint. And you're following him from a land far. You travel over the seas together to an orphanage. Oh goodness! What's a unfortunate circumstance that you have come upon to get here. Well, I apologize for my excessive inquiry. It's just my son Jack and daughter Annabelle were adopted from there, so. This is all very concerning. Of course, we want nothing wrong with the children there. But are you
If there is
guys?
anything wrong there, we'll get it sorted.
I see. You see her kind of like checking you up and down and trying to get a feel for whether you're being truthful or not. She says, "Okay. Well, anyway, here's your place for rest. And as I said, we'll bring you some food in the evening when the rest of your friends arrive. Is there anything else you should need, sirs?"
You've been more than hospitable. No, thank you.
All right. All right. Well, Thanks. She kind of makes her way and walks to the main house. As for the rest of you, is there anything else you want to do? I just want to make sure before I jump over to the rest of the crew.
I'm just going to begin to rest,
Okay.
recover from some of that bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Okay. And so Ronan's guiding you guys with the oxen, and he kind of strikes up conversation with you, similar to what we just said with the other group. And he says, "So you guys are adventurers then? Great warriors? Although I don't know what you'd be fighting here in Aeson. It's so boring out here. Nothing going on in these plains."
Seems like there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, right. Hasn't been a war here for all kinds of time.
You're pretty close to that creepy town of Finn over there. You don't see anything weird going on?
Ben.
Mhm.
No, we've not been to Finn.
Yeah, I wouldn't advise it either.
That's where you guys just came from?
We've been all up and down this area. I don't think we want to go back there anytime soon.
That city's been dead for years. Don't blame you. Anyway, so what have you guys been doing? You say there's a lot going on. What kind of adventures out there? I'm hoping to get out one day.
We're trying to... Go ahead.
The high seas are full of it. Ever since we got to Aeson, there hasn't been a whole lot of action. But if you really want action, you got to go out to sea.
I heard about... Well, my friend told me about this giant tower on this island. He calls it Parley, I think, the refuge. He says that there's all kinds of people that kind of travel in and out. All kinds of races. Nearmid, right? That's where the dragons are, right? Did you go there?
Oh, we've been to the refuge multiple times, and we've been all around near it. It's insane.
Anything exciting happen?
We fought off the leaders of the Sahagins, crazy sea folk.
The fish people?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get any treasure?
Oh, yeah, we got all kinds of good treasure. We got some gold, we got a fancy magical weapon of theirs.
A magical weapon? Can I see it?
Dro?
We sold it.
You sold a magical weapon?
I mean, we sold it for a lot,
Yeah, we got some money.
and it didn't really do us any good. We were getting off the seas anyway.
You guys must be really powerful if you don't need magical weapons. Can you guys do magic?
I mean, can I do magic? I can do some magic.
Show me.
I start floating as we're going down the road.
Oh my gosh! You can fly!
Hell yeah.
Can you teach me how to fly?
Well,
You gotta go on adventures to be able to fly like this.
My dad keeps telling me I gotta hang out at the farm. I want nothing more than to go on an adventure. One more year, one more year. It's never over. Oh,
You know, there might be some tough times coming to these lands. We need some strong young men to fight for these lands. Perhaps you'll be able to join on our adventures.
gosh, I hope so. You know, you're a lot nicer than what I hear from about goblins or have heard before. I mean, my friends always said that they're better than what we think here on ASON, but I don't know. I just, I thought you guys, like, fought and just killed humans all the time.
No way, just the bad ones. We also fight and kill the bad goblins too.
We're not so different. Oh, alright. What else did you guys find? Anything cool? Anything else? You got a magical weapon? You got gold? Did you get a treasure chest?
Oh, we got lots of treasure. We even have a treasure map.
Treasure map?
Yeah. Our buddy
I
at
got this
the
magical
house.
amulet.
A what?
A magical amulet that keeps me safe.
What's it do?
Well, you know, make sure I don't get sick. Things like that.
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, I'm sorry for all the questions. I don't know. The only fun stories that I hear are, well, I have a friend up at Eagle Crest Farms that tells me all kinds of fun stories about the world. He used to travel all over.
You know, we might be making our way up there. Who's this friend?
Oh, he just runs the orphanage up there.
What's his name?
His name?
Yeah.
It's Baham.
Aham?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, well. I'll tell him you said hi.
So, he makes his way down here every once in a while anyway. I'm sure I'll see him. He likes to check in on Jack and Annabelle.
Hmm.
We actually, well, my parents adopted them, a few years ago. And anyway, he likes to check in on all those who are adopted out. Just make sure they're doing all right.
So, was there a reason your parents adopted them? Just the goodness of their heart, just fell in love, or I
Yeah.
haven't seen too many kids around these parts.
Oh, there's tons of kids in the orphanage. Tons of them. I don't know. I mean, they didn't really talk to me about it, but it just seemed like they were just wanting to help. They had met Baham on the road before. And, he actually, well, he convinced them a long time ago to become farmers. So they've been farming here for years, and they decided after he gave them help, and obviously they raised me, that maybe they'd try and pay it forward a little bit and help raise a few more of these poor kids that lost their parents. You know, you mentioned Finn. I didn't want to bring it up, but that's where Jack and Annabelle were originally from.
I'm sorry, where were they originally from? I missed that.
Town Finn.
And they were from Finn?
Yeah. Guess their parents died. But I don't know. Anyway,
Were they acting as strange at all when you first met them?
acting strange. No, they're just kids. Kids are always strange and weird.
Did go ahead.
Girl starts to tear up a little bit after hearing that of them of his parents adopting these orphan children. That's the only soft part of his heart that still exists, are orphan children.
As you start to tear, you kind of hear in the back of your head a deep voice. Kill it. Bury that. It's no use, fear will only make you weak.
I audibly say, "Shut up! This isn't about you."
I'm sorry. I was just trying to.
Oh no, sorry, not you. I'm just going through some stuff.
And then you hear another voice. Don't defy me. You were given an objective and you've yet to achieve it. You need the box. You must become stronger.
I start to communicate, not audibly, but just through my head. I say, you got to tell me who you are first before I do anything else. I still don't know who you are.
I'm you.
What? What do you mean you're me?
Yeah,
Alright,
making
'cause I'm
tunnels
me.
out.
What was that?
I'm the inner part of you that wants to break free.
You could shut your face.
I'd like you to do a. I'd like you to do.
'Cause I'm in charge.
Intelligence. I'm gonna have you do an intelligence. No, I'm gonna have you do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You were having that discussion with yourself, and for a moment, you kind of feel some pushback of darkness, but then you kind of push it down and conquer that feeling, and the voice goes silent.
I feel pretty proud of myself. I say, sorry about that, Ronan. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Can I ask Ronan? Does Baham go to Finn and other towns and pick up these kids after their parents go missing, or how do they get to the orphanage?
You know, I've never asked him that. I'm not quite sure, sir. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We'll talk to him.
What was your reason for going there? Were you adopting?
Me? Maybe. Who knows? I might find some little cool dudes over there. But nah, my reason for going is big guy over here wants to check out the orphanage.
And you're adopting, sir?
No, I'm on an investigation. The reason I was so emotional was, I've had some history with orphanages in the past, and I just want to make sure it's safe.
Flash of red kind of covers your eyes, Dro. But just like internally. And then just kind of darkness again, and just a flash of a gray face, and it looks like your face, but then it dissipates again.
I'm trying not to react, and I'm like, I just don't want what happened to my orphanage happen to any others. And you hear my voice crack a little bit, but I just keep moving.
You guys eventually make it to your wagon after all this discussion. And you see a couple people kind of looking around it in the distance.
And I immediately rush over and say, hey, that's my wagon.
Well, we were here first!
No, it's my wagon.
Listen, sir, it's no rightfully yours
I
than it is ours.
and I say, that's my wagon.
Can you do an intimidation roll for me?
I'm right, I will. This is not the day. God damn it.
was okay or something?
Alright. It's not our wagon either. We'll just be on our way. They kind of scamper off into the rest of the dusty road kind of to the west.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that, sir. Sometimes scavengers on these roads. It's not much you can do about them, but
Oh, this is what I was worried about, which is why I wanted to come back so quickly.
right. So I guess we'll just hook up the oxen to this ring. 1 second here, and he's kind of moving around and getting things kind of locked in. This doesn't really look like it was built for oxen, but we'll make it work. This is a really fancy carriage you have here.
Yeah, it's I'm real proud of it.
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, we got it from Killspree,
Oh, wow. You already have been all over.
Yeah.
And you came here instead of going to the Eagle Crest Farms first?
Well, we needed to make a pit stop. I think my friend mentioned we had stopped over it. You know what? Never mind. It's not important. We had to make a quick pit stop.
Okay. Well, do you all need me to? I'll just take the reins, and if you guys need to rest or anything on our way back.
Yeah, that would be great. You seem nice. Also, Ronan, you have a dope name.
Here.
You have the name of an adventurer.
I really appreciate it, sir. I think my father expects great things of me, but we'll see.
You keep it up.
Enjoy your rest.
All right.
Kath hops into the carriage as well.
I stay up front with Ronan, make sure he's okay.
Kath and Dro are in the back of the carriage together.
Once they
Now that he's in the back with me, I don't sleep. I don't go to sleep. I just stay awake the entire time. Kind of sword in hand, just in case I need it.
Kath just kind of wryly smiles at you.
I just stare him down. I don't break eye contact.
You can go to sleep, man.
No, I think I'll stay up.
Whatever. Do you guys need any help up there? You hear from Verkath in the back. Zora's being weird.
I don't know if there's enough space up here for another one. I believe in you.
Yeah. We should have killed those guys. Anyway, so you guys, you guys start on your journey back to the farm.
I start talking to Ronan and telling him all kinds of fanciful stories about adventure, about the elves he might see and the dwarves and the huge cities and Cloudstall and all kinds of different magic that our group will be coming across, as well as a potential danger in the land that he may be called to fight against in the future.
Okay. He seems really engaged with all that discussion and, kind of asks a bunch of questions as one does of interest. But unless there's anything else that anyone wants to do on the way back, you guys can hit the farm again. Quint, in Medbor, you would see the carriage being pulled in by oxen just as the sun's kind of coming down and setting.
Someone say dinner?
Well, just as you say that, the wife kind of brings in a big platter to your guest house, sits it down on the table, and she kind of mentions to you that she'll go ahead and clean the dishes separately. Just feast on what you need, and that she'd be back soon.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, I thank her. And
Of course.
Yeah, get some food. We have different rooms in this guest house, or
You do. Yep.
pick the furthest room for Vakath.
Before you all kind of go to rest, the farmer kind of comes in and looks to you all and says, "So, Ronan said that you all are adventurers. Told me some of the stories that had. I appreciate you sharing some of that with him. Perhaps that will that'll aid him well. Eventually, he departs."
Seems like a strong young lad.
Yes, I think so. He's got good blood after all, but I need him here a little bit longer, at least until the little ones get a bit more capable on the farm.
Speaking of the farm, have you noticed any changes in the land recently? I mean, your farm looks nice, but we've come from a little bit west, and man, this land looks blighted and poisoned. It's almost spreading.
Ugh. Nothing wrong here so far, but our friend Baham has mentioned a bit of fight happening. Town of Fen in the Latrog estuary and that surrounding area. Does appear to be of a bit of a concern for him, but we're simple farmers these days, and have been tend to the lands that we've been blessed with.
You have any interesting people come by recently?
No, we don't get bothered much. I mean, we have our road in and out off the main road, but we're far enough south on the Calford Plains that we don't usually see much trouble. Sure, there's a bit of trade that passes here and there, but no, when we want to do trade, we'll bring it into town.
Which
Which
town
town?
do you go to? Yeah.
Yes, we'll bring it to the Forestone shore there. Any of the towns there, not Finn. If that's what you're asking. I know young Ronan mentioned that you all recently came from there. It's an interesting place to stop in, I'm sure. For you.
Is there any city or town of note on the shore other than Finn?
Oh yes, just south of there. We have the town of Isol.
Sounds about all the information I was going to talk to him. See. Or before going to the room.
Sure. Anyway, thanks you all. And we'll see you in the morning. Have breakfast ready for you.
Again, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome. So you guys can make your way to your places of rest. Should we call it there for the night? Or do you want to keep going?
I think it's about
You
that
guys-
time.
Yep.
At that time.
Can I call Gorlo before going to bed just so I don't start next session doing it?
Sure.
Gorlo, it's Fieri. Status update.
You don't get a response.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell whether or not he's even on the other end or no?
I don't know. Would you be able to tell with that snail thing?
I know if he talks, I know who it is. But I don't know if he doesn't talk. If I know if he has it. If no creature has it, I'll know as soon as I go to attempt to use it. So if he doesn't have it on him, I'll know that he doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it on him.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Are we beelining it to Cloud Zone now?
Okay. Just see if there's anything else. Okay. I mean, I'll bring it to the attention of the guys. That would have been the first thing I'd do when I get in the room. So I doubt they're sleeping. Just letting them know that I attempted to contact our ship and no one is responding, and they don't have the snail on their end. Last time we talked to them, they were at a little, or not, I don't know if little. They were at a dwarf settlement. Hidden away in the mountains, but we could try again tomorrow. Potential trouble with the dwarves, you never know.
Typical Quint, worried about the ship and not the crew.
Classic Quinn. Very good. Well, a lot of dialogue in this one, not too much fighting. Sorry, guys, but hopefully it was still enjoyable.
Hey, we chose to leave, Finn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think there's been a bunch of this last couple sessions. There's been a bunch of opportunities to fight, and we
We
just
keep
skirted-
zooming.
We have chosen not to. Yeah.
We have just skirted them all.
Brave
Fear-
Simon.
John, the fear of us running to a level 20, challenge rating 20 enemy is terrifying.
Away!
What is the challenge rating 20? What were you
I
saying?
don't know. We're just afraid of running into somebody that's way too powerful for us.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding. That was just I was playing it as I would play it.
Yeah.
I would have just dipped. I would. Oh yeah, yeah. That would have been a bad move if I had.
I mean, who knows? It just gave off some creepy vibes. I don't blame anyone for not going towards some creepy vibes. You literally did what everybody in the horror movies doesn't do. Yeah. Chainsaws, exactly.
I mean, I was about to go into that service.
Could have gotten real interesting, eh? Oh, jeez. No, all good. Hopefully, you guys still enjoyed it tonight, though. That's all that matters.
We're getting close to Eagle Crest, getting close to the forest.
The caverns.
No, it's
Yeah, we're
good.
gonna hit some interesting stuff pretty soon.
Very good. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evenings, guys.
All right, fellas.
All right, guys,
Hi, guys.
take care.